All right, today we are here with Anthony Quinn, Blacksburg's King of Comedy. He's the host of the Blacksburg Comedy Club every Wednesday night at Top of the Stairs. Anthony, thank you for being with us. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Glad to be here.
So, first question for you.
Yeah.
How did you get started in comedy? What made you want to be a comedian?
I was voted the funniest person in my high school, which is a joke in itself. But I came to Virginia Tech in 2002, and I was always interested in kind of performing, but I never followed through with it. And I had one of my best friends in town at the time decided that she was going to go around with me to every bar and pitch that I do a comedy show for an hour. And so we went around to 6 different bars, and we ended up at Bailey's, which is now Cabo Fish Taco.
Okay.
And they loved the idea, and they said, if you bring the people, we'll supply the venue. And we went from there. And my first show was in March, I believe, of 2003.
So you've been doing this for a while.
I've been doing this for a while, yeah.
Now, going back to your first show, do you remember your first performance? How'd that go?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Well, how I think about it, at the time, I thought it was awesome. And then I actually had it recorded, which now I regret, because what I did was I burned DVDs, and I put back in the day, we used to print covers and put sticky labels on it. Right. And then I would sell them to my family and friends. I believe I sold 60 CDs or DVDs. And the problem is that show is so bad now, that those people that have the DVDs, I'm going to find them, and then I have to snuff them out, because if I ever do, make it or in TV or anything like that, those people can never release that video. I'd be in trouble. It's awful.
I think we should bring that back here at one of the comedy clubs. Sell them after the show.
Yeah, I know, just to see how bad it really was. But you always need somewhere to start. And it was really about stepping on the stage for the first time and getting the jitters out, and then realizing after that show that I loved it. And that really kind of helped me propel and keep going forward and stand up in the area. And realize that this was something that people loved going to, and that I could do it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So now at the shows, you've talked about you came from Dover, Delaware. That's your hometown.
Yeah.
You said Virginia Tech, but how did you pick out the Newer Valley? How did you pick out Blacksburg?
I don't know. It was weird. Virginia Tech had a recruiting effort at my high school, and we had college days, and Virginia Tech is just one of the schools that were there. I had 6 friends from my high school, Dover, Delaware, that came to Tech with me. They were just very nice. And then I went to the Freshman Outlook with my parents to see how it was. It was April. Came to Blacksburg, and it was snowy. And I was like, yeah, this is the mountains. So, but everybody was awesome. It was nice. It had a good scene. And I wanted to get away, Right. And I felt like this was the type of environment where I could really grow. And I never regretted that decision. So
Awesome. Now, you stand up, you do stand up yourself, but you've started this new Blacksburg Comedy Group, helping hone, young comedians hone their craft.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we started this group almost 4 years ago, the Blacksburg Comedy Group, because I'm creative with names. And basically, the goal was I wanted to move away from the comedy club being a focus about me, and move into being a focus about the people here in town. And I always had requests for people to do open mics and just get on stage at one of my regular shows. And those always turned out to be awful. People would just go up there unprepared. It was just a bad idea. So what we did was create this group of about 3 or 4 people that are really interested in it, and then started to expand from there. And basically what I do is I teach these students how to write stand-up comedy from a perspective of themselves. So they're instructed to write about themselves and learn what type of comic they are. And then you grow from there, and I teach them, habits and all sorts of other things to be successful in the business, not just be funny.
That's it.
Because you can be as funny as you want to be, but if you don't know the business, you'll get cut out of it really quickly. So I think it's really worked. We've had 20 students in and out of the show right now. I think we have about 10 active members right now.
Okay.
That do every other Wednesday at the show. So we book a nationally touring comedian one week, and then the next week will be a local comedian.
Now, if you're a student or local or whatever, you want to
Yes.
get part of this group, how do you
Yes.
join?
Yeah, how do you join? Basically, come to the show and talk to me.
Okay.
I'm here. I make myself available at all times. If people find me on social media on Facebook, we have a private Facebook group that I add people to, and that's where we really share ideas. But that's also where we schedule the meetings and everything else. I'm thinking about opening it up more publicly, just to let people know, putting out flyers and just having sort of a cattle call for people who are interested in this. Because I think what I've seen, like last night, I told everybody on stage, if you're interested in doing stand-up comedy, we have this group. And I had 6 people come up to me after the show that were really interested
Wow.
in the class. So it's blown up a little bit, and I'm excited about it. But I want more and more people to join, and I think we've got a good thing going on. And I think that next transition and me trying to help out locals do what I did, instead of doing it the hard way,
Right.
do it the right way. So
I see.
yeah.
All right, so now people have heard about Blacksburg Comedy Club, have heard about the comedy club here at Top of the Stairs.
Yeah.
But maybe they're on the fence, they haven't been here before. What do they need to be prepared for, number one? And then what can they expect at a show?
Well, I mean, I don't know what I'm allowed to say on this camera, but because I'm trying to be pretty reserved right now. But the comedians, my idea is that the comedians can say anything and everything they want. It's an expression. It's a reflection of our human selves, right? So comedy is the recognizing that we all have faults, and that's really where it stems from. It's it's our faults. So what you see on the stage is you'll hear everything from relationships to talking about someone's parents to you talking about black people and white people. My run-ins with race relations here, my interracial relationship that I have with my wife, and some of the older folks here, and people who disagree. I mean, you'll hear pretty much anything and everything. Stories about the bedroom, sexual things, touching, boobs.
But it's all funny.
But it's all funny, and then you'll hear more of the clever things and talking about politics, and race relations and real issues. United States with a spin that really makes people think about it, and I think that's the type of comedy that we're really shooting for, is a clever, intelligent comedy. It's not fart and dick jokes. Even though sometimes a quick little quip is funny, but I want there to be substance at the show, and that's really how I book the comedians. Like, you won't get somebody going up and with a funny banana costume playing a guitar. I mean, you're gonna see and hear people that you've seen on SiriusXM radio. You see them on HBO. Last night the guy was on the Fox of Laughs. And he's doing the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Today, they make a lot of money on the days that aren't Wednesday, because it's an off day for comedians. So we get a lot of phenomenal comedians coming through on Wednesdays as stop-ins, because where we are is located between DC and New York and Florida and the southern states. So
even though we have a small town, we're getting big name comedians coming in.
we're getting
here.
big name comedians. I'm happy about that, and I kind of want that to grow. With this facility, we can have really big name comedians. The ticket prices have to go up if we do that once in a while. But my hope is to expand it beyond Top of the Stairs and really start talks with the Lyric Theater to start doing like big comedy shows outside of Virginia Tech and really being a part of that. So that's exciting. But,
Yeah, that'd be great to see.
yeah.
So definitely come down here. Folks, definitely come down here on Wednesdays and check it out.
Yeah, it's an excellent show. I'm not just saying that because I'm here. I'm able to admit when I have bad shows, but I will say it has certainly grown over the 10, 11 years that I've been doing it. It has become a staple in town, and I think people expect it on Wednesday nights. And I'm trying to make it a part of the culture here in town to really foster entertainment and arts and all that stuff that's really growing here in Blacksburg and helping sustain that. It's important to me that this continues to go.
Well, that's awesome. Now let's switch gears a little bit. Let's
Yeah.
go to our general questions we like to ask.
Yeah, sure.
So what is your favorite hidden gem in the New River Valley?
Oh, God. That's a good question. My favorite gym in the New River Valley. What gets me going? I don't know. I was thinking of Target, but that's not an appropriate answer. You know what's really weird? The Center for the Arts building. I don't think people realize the people that go up and down every day. I don't think people realize you can just walk in and get tours and see the art exhibits there. With that and the Cultural Museum down the street, when that first opened, really it really blew my mind about the history and the story of some of these buildings and art in here in Blacksburg and what we're able to show socially, culturally, African American wise. It's just impressive. I don't think we tell that story enough here in Blacksburg. So when I'm able to go visit and see these exhibits where I have family come and visit, that's where I take them. Because it's so impressive. And people don't think of this town; they just think it's just a bunch of bars, and drinking and students and all that stuff. But if you really look, there's a lot of people that have these, cultural museums, artwork, and all these type of things going on, and that's really one of the things I enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah,
So now, besides Hidden Gems, where's your favorite place to hang out? Your place, be it a bar, be it a restaurant, be it just an outdoor event. Where do you like to go hang out in this area?
My wife and I will talk during the day. She works here in town too. We talk during the day and we find excuses. But one of us is having a hard day. We say we need to go get a drink. She loves Manhattans. We go to the cellar, basement. I say the basement specifically. Their bartenders are amazing down there. They make in my personal opinion, they make some of the best drinks in town. We also like Bar Blue over there at the Black Can. I know that's newer, but they got some, if you want to be a little bit fancy, sometimes I'm dressed up, or sometimes we're coming from the gym. We'll go to the cellar where you can't be judged, If you look decent, you can go out to some other places, but I don't like to be judged, because I'm fat and I'm wearing tight stuff, and, I need to be in a basement with low lights. So
I see.
The cellar is safe.
I see.
It's safe, yeah. It's our safe place, and it's comfortable. I like that. Good food and everything.
All right. So, what keeps you? The last question. What keeps you here in Blacksburg? What keeps you in this area?
I would say, really, I know some people graduate, they get their degrees, and there's opportunities elsewhere in bigger cities and things like that. But I've been able to find through my connections that there's plenty of networking here. Particularly with the Roanoke Blacksburg Technology Council, TechPad, KnowledgeWorks, all these sort of things. I'm in the tech and marketing and all that. That there is a huge community here for startups and all that. And I mean, whether you want to be a comedian or you want to have a startup, this is a really good place to be. I don't think you can find a place that's so low cost of living, but is able to foster a business at the same time, like Blacksburg. It's very unique. I think a lot of people have shock when they leave Blacksburg and they get out into the real world and they're like, I miss Blacksburg, this sucks. And that really keeps me. The people, just the interactions I have in my own show, the people and my customers become my friends, and that's really important to me, to keep revolving that relationship as people come and go, and keep bringing people here and to the comedy club and things like that. So people telling me that they miss the show when they leave town because they don't have a comedy show where they live after Blacksburg. I mean, stuff like that. They're like, oh, can you record the show so you can send it to me? We're missing the show. We have nothing to do on Wednesday nights. I mean, that kind of stuff keeps me doing it here. I wouldn't have the opportunity to run my own comedy club if I were in a bigger city or something like that, and I know that. So I kind of love being able to have my own thing here and be able to run it like I want to run it and have the relationships with the owners and everything else in Blacksburg. It's really built to foster business relationships. So I'm excited about that. That's nice.
Well, that's awesome. Again, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
And doing the
Hopefully
interview.
that was decent. I don't know.
Yes, definitely.
Is there anything we need to re-record?
That's a wrap here from Top of the Stairs. Thanks again to Anthony Quinn for the interview. If you're looking for comedy, definitely check out Wednesday nights here at Top of the Stairs. And if you're looking for more fun, check out next3days.com. Talk to you soon, everybody.